Oklahoma City on the clock, and the pick is in. Let's go to the podium with the commissioner.
With the second pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga University.
Chet Holmgren. You know, he was teammates with Jalen Suggs in high school in Minneapolis for 3 seasons, getting the hug from his dad. And his dad, of course, very famous for that camcorder. Dad David, mom Sarah Harris. By the way, dad played ball, 7 feet tall, went on a visit to Houston when Hakeem Olajuwon was there. He later would go to Minnesota. Bad knees were the problem, but right now, Chet Holmgren, you're going to hear this word a lot. At 7 feet tall, 195 pounds, that word is unicorn. We will get to that word as the night continues. But the journey here for Chet Holmgren. You know, the term Big Brother is always watching. Well, for Chet, it's more like Big Papa is always watching.
My dad played for the University of Minnesota. He started recording my basketball games. I think it was like 6th grade. He said I wasn't boxing out, and I told him I am boxing out, and he said he was gonna start recording them so he could show me. I was right, of course. Maybe. So I think my dad started out with like a basic little home video camcorder. He upgraded a couple years ago, and then I think he just upgraded again. And this year, some of the different TV outlets started making the little graphics during the game and showing him recording the games. It was just kind of funny to start seeing this stuff on Twitter. I'm very thankful of everything he's done and the positions he's put me in to help me be successful and be the player I am today.
Chet, yesterday you told me you like to stay 2 feet in the moment. You wouldn't even look ahead to the possibility of tonight. Now that you're here, describe what's going through your mind.
Everything. It's a mix of 1,000 emotions, and yet I have 0 words to explain it. This is, everything I've looked forward to for a long time. OKC Thunder, let's work. Let's work.
You wouldn't be here, of course, without the support of your mom, Sarah, and your dad, Dave. And Dave, your camera has become almost as famous as you, and so we got you this trophy. Because now as your son goes to the NBA, we wanted you to have this award as a videographer of a lifetime, because you probably got to retire your camcorder
I gotta give it to him.
at the NBA level. But Dave, you've watched your son grow and pour his time and energy into the game. When did you know that he could play at this level?
Oh, that was when I saw him making moves like a guard. They weren't polished, but they were there, and that was probably about 5th, 6th grade.
Dad Dave, Mom Sarah, Chet, congratulations. Thank you guys for coming to hang out with me. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Going to upgrade the camcorder. He says he's still going to shoot him, of course. Chet, the highest drafted player in Gonzaga program history, now at number 2. Adam Morrison was drafted 3rd overall by the Hornets back in 2006. He is the most intriguing prospect here because of the
Giddey. They have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is where you swing for the home run, Stephen A. This is the guy that you amass all of those picks when you see him in high school and he's going between his legs behind the back and he's leading the nation in blocks. Like, he has a chance to be like not only a terrific performer offensively, but a game changer defensively. And in transition is where he's really going to
Look what he did here as a 17-year-old, attending Steph Curry's SC30 Elite Camp. And this is where he became famous on YouTube. He put on a show. That's a block on Steph. This is a few years ago.
Let me tell you, right now, Steph's watching that. He's doing just fine. He's doing just fine, right, Stephen A? You were right about the Warriors. I got to give you your credit.
That's
but
right.
we talked about unicorn. Look at that. Behind the back with the handle. I think a lot of people probably wanted to see him more, offensively at Gonzaga, but he stays within his role. He plays team basketball. To be able to be a shot blocker with a handle, push in transition, have a face-up shot, it's really impressive. And I know a lot of people talk about his frame, but have you seen Giannis Antetokounmpo when he got drafted?
Yes.
I mean, I know those are different genes, but you have to give the young man an opportunity to go into his professional
I will
body.
say this before I pass it to you, Jalen Rose. I'm done underestimating dudes based off what I didn't see in college. I made that mistake with Carl Anthony Towns years ago. John Calipari wouldn't allow him to shoot jump shots. I had no idea he could shoot. He's the reigning three-point shooting champion, averaging over 23 a game in the pros. I ain't doing that anymore. I'm done. I'm done with that.
When basketball players retire, if we don't get in the gym, we gain weight. When football players retire, they lose weight.
Yep.
So the difference, what I'm saying is, as a basketball player, he's going to grow into his body. I can name 100 examples. You mentioned Giannis. How about
joining us right now at the desk, the number 2 pick in the NBA draft here in 2022, repping OKC, Chet Holmgren. Chet, my man, we watched you in high school doing your thing, and now here you are at this moment, your name called, newest member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. What were your emotions?
Like I said over there, I got 1,000 emotions and 0 words to describe them. This moment is surreal. It's everything and more than I expected. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and now that it's here, I'm blessed and grateful.
Explain to our fans how obviously you've been tall your whole life and people try to put you on the block and put you in a different category, a different box. Explain why you're able to flourish, putting the ball on the floor and not worried about your size.
Yeah, just because of the skills I was given at a young age. Thankfully, I had the people around me, coaches, that saw where the game was going and gave me the skills to take advantage of that.
Well, tell me about the fit. This is a big night. How much thought went into it? How much time went into making this selection with the ice?
Man, I had to do a lot of thinking on this one.
Okay,
Shout out to my people at Neiman Marcus and Zania for helping me put it together. It's black on black.
Yeah,
we got the velvet paisley overprint.
Yeah.
We got the Gucci shoes.
Yeah.
We got the watch.
Yeah.
We got the bracelet.
Yeah.
And we got the chain. And now we got the hat.
Yes. Oh, you just real trippy with it.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready for the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 2 pick, Chet Holmgren, my man.
Let's
Give
work
it up,
on
give it up, y'all. Give it
Best
up
of
for big
luck.
fella. See you down the road, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Well, and now the Thunder, they have been on the clock. Their pick is in. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is here to let us know who they picked.
With the 2nd pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga University.
Chet Holmgren headed to Oklahoma City. You can see him sharing a moment there with his parents. The term unicorn, it's thrown around often, but it seems that it may be an accurate description for Chet Holmgren. How many centers can shoot a high percentage from 3? Holmgren shot almost 39% from beyond the arc in his 1 season with the Zags, and his dad actually filmed every one of his games since he was in 6th grade. And when he joined us on the set of NBA Today, he said that he wanted to be a 50, 40, 90 player in the NBA. It seems like he actually has a chance to be that, Jay.
There's no question he has that chance. He's built for today's NBA. He's a good athlete, very fluid, and really, really skilled at 7 feet with a 7'6" wingspan. And he's got a very high basketball IQ. He's really, in a way, like a baby Giannis. He's not a center. He's not a low post guy. He is a perimeter player. You can see he's got a turnaround jumper. He's got a fadeaway. He's got that little Dirk move. He hit over 40 threes on the season to go with over 100 blocks. There's been only 3 guys that have done that in the last 25 years. And clearly he can move his feet. He keeps his body away from big, strong offensive players that like to get into his chest. He can operate in pick and roll, both as a screener and as a ball handler. He's the total package with open court ability, and I think he's very well suited for today's NBA.
Well, he's joining Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey, but the question that NBA fans have out there, well, who's his game like, Big Perk? Tell us.
Well, I'll tell you, if Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kristaps Porzingis had a baby, they'll get Chet Holmgren. Let's run the tape, and I'll explain why. When you think about it, he's a combination of the two. When I look at him, I see the Kristaps Porzingis in him, a big that's able to stretch the floor. He has a nice post-up game, face-up game, turnaround game, 15-footer. When you put him in the pick and roll, he can mix it up, pop to the three, and guess what? He shoot lights out. When I look at him for us at the Giannis aspect, attacking downhill, taking up space, and once he get in the paint, he's finishing at the rim with authority. Why they had to have me in this clip. But this is who Chet Holmgren is. Do not let the body frame fool you. He's mean, he's aggressive, and he's about that life.
Absolutely, and look, you can see him shaking hands there with Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the 11th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Ousmane Dieng from Bordeaux, France.
Ousmane Dieng is headed to the Knicks. A mixture of cheers and boos, but don't worry, young man. That is just how they do it here in New York. They ride with you until the wheels fall off. Let me tell you a little bit about Ousmane Dieng. He enters the league after playing at INSEP Academy in Paris. He's made a strong impression on pro evaluators with his move to the NBL's Next Stars program. He had to compete against much older, more experienced pros, show a level of perseverance with his New Zealand Breakers because they were forced to play an entire season, Jay Billis, on the road in Australia because of COVID. And interestingly, you know, we always talk about who these guys compare to in the NBA, what experience they have under their belt. He's trained with his idol, Clippers wing, Paul George, but I'm hearing that we may have some news here, so let's bring in our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski.
Yeah, Malika, the 11th pick is headed to Oklahoma City. The Knicks have traded Ousmane Dieng, the French forward who played for the New Zealand Breakers last season, to the Thunder. I'm told that the Knicks will get back multiple first-round picks moving forward, and Oklahoma City is back on the clock at number 12.
And Malika, talk about some length now. Now you pair with Dieng with Chet Holmgren, a 7'1" wingspan, guard, plays like a guard, 6'11" here, playmaker. Struggled a little bit the first half of the season, can shoot the ball from three. His length, his passing, this is an upside pick for the Thunder here. When you look at his last 10 games of the season in New Zealand, 36% from three, 51% from the field. And here's another player that I got to sit down with and meet. And what he told me was he struggled the first couple months of the season because of COVID restrictions in New Zealand. He was basically locked in his room. And once he got a comfort level as far as to be out there, play basketball, which he loves, he really flourished. This is an upside pick, and now you've got two big guys with ultimate length here.
Thank you. Ousmane Dieng is headed to Oklahoma City, which means he is going to be teaming up with the guy who just sat down to sit down next to all of us. That is Chet Holmgren, who is also headed to Oklahoma City. Congratulations,
Thank
Chet.
you very much.
How are you feeling in this moment now?
Can't even describe it. I got 0 words for the 1,000 emotions that I'm having right now, but they're all very good.
Well, when you look towards Oklahoma City, just first reaction, what are you first and most looking forward to?
One, get in there, get into Oklahoma City, having my press conference, for all the fans and the fan base, that I'm going to be representing, and then secondly, get into work as soon as I can.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but our friend Big Perk, he played for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and also he is known for his famous pep talk. So Big Perk, what do you got for the big fella?
You know what? I'm just going to tell you to be ready. I know that you are, and when I say be ready, when I think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's a first-class organization from top to bottom. Player performance, when you talk about guys like Donnie Strack, who's in the athletic department, Sam Presti has put together not only a hell of a facility, but a hell of a staff, and you're going to love it. Just pay attention. Just listen to what they say. They're going to guide you in the right direction. I want to tell you this.
What do you make of that advice?
I played at 290. my entire career. When I got to Oklahoma, I was 255. So if I could, get in there and put in the work, I know they're going to get you right.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever reach 290.
No, you ain't. I don't want you to. I don't want you to. I don't want you to. I promise you I don't. Don't do it.
Jay.
Chet, did you know what was going to happen when you were sitting there when the commissioner came out and called out Paolo Banchero first? Did you have any idea what was going to happen?
No.
What was the feeling like when you heard that and then heard your name second?
Obviously, Paolo, a hell of a player. I'm proud of him and I'm happy for him. But when I heard my name, it was nothing but excitement, and I'm ready to get to work.
Young fella, I want to ask you this. Where do you get the confidence and the swag from? I love it, but like when did you, when they finally hit that you was that guy? Because I love the way you carry yourself. Yeah, I love everything about it.
I'm just, being me out here.
Yeah, that's the answer. That's the answer.
You think you might get your dad a new camcorder because he's not going to have to film your games anymore. They're all going to be on TV.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to need to anymore, but at this point it's like a ritual. You can't break it. So yeah, if he needs a new camcorder, I definitely think I'll be able to get that for him.
Is there a teammate that you are most looking forward to meeting in Oklahoma City?
I'm looking forward to meeting all of them, getting to work with all of them. Those are my new brothers. But I've been speaking to Josh a little bit throughout this process, so I'm definitely looking forward to finally meeting him.
What advice has he given you?
Hasn't been so much advice yet as much as it has been just talking about the Thunder, what they are, and what he sees in me, and how we could play together.
Well, we're not exactly your dad in terms of recording you throughout this process, but we do have a little bit of behind the scenes. So just take a look over here. What do we think? What are we recording here? Is this? Oh, it's the hat.
Yep. I gotta get the hat on there. I got the whole fit together.
Yeah. What is it with these dice?
So it's 3 and 4 on the dice. That's my number.
Okay.
3 and 4 adds to 7. 7 was my number with USA when we won gold last summer. I'm big on betting on myself, so I had to put the dice on the chain.
You roll the dice, you bet on yourself. What number are you going with in Oklahoma City?
I don't know yet. Does anybody wear 34?
Well, if you do, there's some interesting bets that happen in the NBA for players over who gets the number. If someone does, and I don't know off the top of my head, what are you willing to put on the line to get number 34?
I'm going to have to do some thinking about that.
Okay, but don't worry, because we're going to be coming back and asking you. Chet Holmgren, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Headed to Oklahoma City. Thank you for spending the time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And very smart not negotiating against yourself on that, on the number thing.
Exactly. Don't negotiate against yourself. Don't overbid before you have to. We appreciate that. All right, well, guess what? Another pick is in. Chet Holmgren gets to find out who may be his next teammate. Let's head to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the 12th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Jalen Williams from Santa Clara University.
An emotional moment for Jalen Williams and his family, the junior guard out of Santa Clara. He has wanted to be a professional ball player since he was 6 years old, and that is all culminating in this moment as he is headed to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's the first prospect drafted from Santa Clara since Steve Nash was taken 15th overall in the 1996 draft. You can see Steve Nash there. 12 games he played with 20-plus points last season, tied for the second most in the WCC. Hey, that's my alma mater. What did we see in those games, Jay Billis?
Well, he's a guy that made a huge jump throughout the course of his career. He's very productive. Some people call him a late bloomer, but he's continued to bloom throughout his basketball life. He's 6'6", but he's got a 7'2" wingspan, incredible length. He's very skilled, really good in catch-and-shoot situations. Shot 40% from 3. He's got an excellent middle game, and he's really good in ball screens. Very good pick-and-roll efficiency, good setting it up. He can go under, he can twist it, he can snake it, and an excellent cutter without the ball, but just a really confident player that plays at both ends of the floor.
Well, Oklahoma City, they just have so many picks. I want to show you entering tonight the Magic 8-ball, not quite dice, but 2022, they have 3 first-round picks in this draft. Not to mention, through 2027, they have 18 first-round picks. That's the most in the NBA. And our Adrian Wojnarowski has referred to this as sort of the great experiment for Sam Presti. Woj, why is that?
Malika, just the investment that Oklahoma City has made now in the NBA draft of gathering up assets and now turning them into young players. They're just 2 years into this rebuild, and you look now at the talent they gathered. Josh Giddey, their first-round pick last year, who had an outstanding rookie season, and then getting Chet Holmgren at number 2 in this draft, in addition to Ousmane Dieng and now Jalen Williams of Santa Clara. I think Sam Presti, Oklahoma City's GM, he scouted Chet Holmgren perhaps as much as any player that he has spent time with out on the road. That was absolutely their number one player on their board, and I think that was proven when Jabari Smith was available to them at number 2, and they still stayed with Chet Holmgren. But you see now that the athleticism, the talent, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, their young point guard at Oklahoma City, and you can start now to see the shape of a team that's going to be deep and talented, and still with multiple first-round picks now through the next few years in salary cap space when they decide they want to get back involved in free agency.
Woj, thank you so much. Many first-round picks for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll see them on the board again at 30. That was a pick that comes from Phoenix, but now...
With the 11th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Ousmane Dieng from Bordeaux, France.
I will tell you this, Stephen A. and Spike. He's been labeled with untapped potential. The Frenchman, 6'10", 205 pounds, trained with Paul George. He looks up to Paul George. He models his game after Kevin Durant.
And I will say this as well. You may look at the numbers. They don't tell the whole story. He's 6'10", with a handle, a good feel for the game and for his teammates.
Spike,
you ever heard of him?
No!
I've never heard anything about him. I appreciate the expertise.
He's a sleeper.
A sleeper? That's what Phil Jackson told us about Frank Ntilikina.
He was
French. He passed up on Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, wait. We're here to bring you some news. Woj is reporting this pick is going to Oklahoma City.
For who?
Oklahoma. Well, we don't know yet, because remember, Oklahoma City is scheduled to pick 12th. So we will see if potentially this is a pick swap and you guys get something else. I'm not speculating, but this right now, as a Knick, this is Dieng's highlight. Now, he played in the NBL Next Stars program. That's a program, of course, that featured LaMelo Ball, Josh Giddey, R.J. Hampton. With the New Zealand Breakers, Dieng averaged 9 points and 3 rebounds. I can't even do this highlight with these two guys staring at me. At 18 years old. If you could see their faces while I'm reading what he's averaging on the season.
Clive Frazier ain't walking through that door.
Monica has much more.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm with Ousmane and his dad, who goes by the nickname Magic.
Yeah, my nickname is Magic. No way.
Ousmane, there's some reporting that you may not start your career in New York, but your NBA career is indeed starting. You have tremendous international experience. The program that you came from built the likes of Tony Parker and Boris Diaw. What are you bringing to the league?
I mean, that's amazing. First of all, I'm so excited to start my journey. And yeah, that's crazy. I was at the INSEP in Paris, so that's where from Boris and Tony, though, so that's crazy.
Dad, as you watch your son achieve his dreams and now come to the States to continue to play basketball, how proud of him are you?
I'm very proud with him. He worked very hard in so many times to come here, to come his family. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud.
Our Adrian Wojnarowski Ousmane is reporting that you're headed to Oklahoma City, a team that has a lot of young guys. Either way, just in general, how will you begin this journey as far as your work ethic?
That will be good. I'm ready to work tomorrow. OKC is a young team, so that will be good. There is a French guy, Theo Maledon, so that will be super fun.
Outstanding. Can you cook?
A little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
I hope you bring your American teammates some French cuisine. Congratulations, Usman.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Dad Magic. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Monica, thank you so much. We will, of course, give you the information when it comes in, as Monica referred to Woj's story and that report that Oklahoma City using that 11th pick for the Knicks. We will see if that switches. Let's talk right now. Here's the commissioner.
It's
going to be all right. You'll be all right. We'll get a flick.
With the 12th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Jalen Williams from Santa Clara University.
God, dog. Let me get a flick real quick so I can send it to TJ.
Jalen Williams, first prospect drafted from Santa Clara since Steve Nash was taken 15th overall in the 1996 draft. You talk about a riser in this draft, especially what he did in the combine and the wingspan. They had to measure his wingspan 12 times at the combine because it's over 7 feet as a guard. It was the longest for a guard. Again, they had to measure it 12 times.
Jalen, another Jalen off the board.
Yes,
year
indeed.
after year after year now.
Absolutely. It's a common name. Rest in peace to my lovely mother, Jeannie Cassandra Rose.
And by the way, this could be a Jalen Williams that is going to New York City. I'm not making a promise here, Stephen A. We will find out, as Jalen's parents spent decades in the military serving and protecting our country. Now, in Jalen's words, he explains how his parents, Ronald and Nicole, gave him building blocks for life.
I grew up military family. They both served in the Air Force. My dad served for 24 years. My mom served for 12. My mom was a nurse in the Air Force, and my dad worked on planes and stuff like that. I think joining the military is a really selfless act. Just kind of being aware of other people's needs. I kind of grew up, helping people out, doing a lot of charity work. I think my parents, I'm just incredibly grateful that they were able to, raise me the way that they did and really take their time with me and my brother and my sister. Just being disciplined in how I carry myself really matters. I feel like that's really stuck with me throughout my, my time here on this earth.
Talk about Santa Clara, and of course, the first name that pops up is Steve Nash, two-time NBA MVP Hall of Famer, as well as Kurt Rambis, four-time NBA champ. Let's go to Monica.
Thank you, Kevin. I am with Jalen. All right, you made some history as far as Santa Clara is concerned. 1996, when Steve Nash got drafted, was the last time that a player from that university was drafted. In terms of legacy, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's just an honor to, even be in that conversation with him. It's like truly a blessing, kind of a dream come true. I interviewed with Brooklyn and at the Combine, and it was just, a dope experience to even be able to see him and, kind of even to be in the same breath as him is awesome.
You mentioned in your piece that discipline was something that you grew up leaning into from your parents' example. How will that help you as you start your NBA career?
I think just being able to fall back on something, like you said, like discipline, and just being able to be confident in who I am, I think will take me a long way.
All right, I got to mention, we didn't get a chance to get your parents here. They're walking a little too slow, taking it in the moment. But if you could say something to them that the national audience could hear as well, what would it be?
Just that I love them, and, I appreciate all the sacrifices that they made for me and my brother and my sister just to be in this position. I'll never be able to, truly repay them for what they did, so I love them to death.
Up on our set, we've got the great Jalen Rose. Do you know if you were named after Jalen or how your parents got to your name?
I wasn't named after him, but they had heard his name, and it kind of stuck, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to give him too much credit.
All right, Jalen, Kevin.
Monica, thank you so much. Look at you, starting that trend, of course. It's amazing, an amazing tribute to your mom with that name and how it continues to carry out here with NBA players now. And Jalen Williams, we do want to say this. Woj is reporting the Thunder will send multiple first-round picks to the Knicks, but it's not this pick. So Oklahoma City will hold on to this pick with Jalen Williams.
So what you're telling me is, as we sit up here today, pick number 12 has come and gone.
Yes.
The New York Knicks don't have a player.
Not
That's
yet.
what you're telling me.
Not yet. We will get more information on the multiple first-round picks that the Knicks have acquired from this trade.
Well, the direct answer to that, sir, is yes.
We didn't need to do that. We didn't need to do that. At least not right now. By the way, the surge with Jalen Williams. This past offseason, one of the things they told him, shoot only threes. Work on that. We saw a dramatic increase. He shot 40% from three. You look at the long arms. He's an immediate impact player here for the Thunder.
Absolutely. And again, when you can't shoot the ball, the game is so hard. But the reverse is in tow as well. When you can shoot the ball, opportunities just present themselves. And when you're as rangy as he is and has the ability that he has offensively, I think he's going to come right in and make an impact.
So this is a brother that shoots over 50% from the field.
A flamethrower.
Shoots nearly 40% from three-point range.
Yeah.
Got a 6'5", 6'6" frame on him. And he ain't land in New York.
Nope.
And a point guard didn't have land in New York. And Johnny Davis didn't land in New York. There's just nothing. There's just nothing. Congratulations to Jalen Williams, okay? This really hurts me right now.
It may be the curse of the Patrick Ewing draft. There were other teams in the league that speculated why the Knicks even got the #1 overall
1985.
pick. I'm just saying.
So in other words, what happened over 35 years ago is being held against the Knicks?
Well, they ain't won a championship since '73.
We in Brooklyn, New York, man. We in Brooklyn, New York, man. And this is happening to me on national television. All right, y'all.
This is normal, Stephen A.
I need you, Stephen A. I need you for the rest of this round, no matter what, of course. And we will have more information coming in from Woj on what you guys did receive, the Knicks. Multiple first-rounders. We just don't know when and where as that information is coming in. Again,
it certainly ain't in the top 12.
No. By the way, as it stands, the Thunder have 3 picks in the top 12. Chet Holmgren, Jang, and now we see Jalen Williams coming off the board. There is another Jalen Williams. He may go in the first round. He spells it with not the way you go, Jalen. It's Jaylen. That young man from Arkansas.
Oh, we all related. We all related. Jalen, Jadens, we all related.
Got nice. All right, the next pick is in. We will send it back to the podium.
With the 34th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Jalen Williams from the University of Arkansas.
Jalen Williams from Arkansas. I know on the defensive end of the floor, Jay, he stood out to you.
Well, that's where he really stands out. 6'10", another guy with long arms, but he's a grit and grind big guy. He's got heart, he hustles, he's really smart, and he can really rotate on defense. You know, he led the country. He took 54 charges this last year. He's just a quick twitch athlete, and he's effective as a roll man in pick and roll action. He's not a shooter. He only shot 24% from three, but he crashes the glass, averaged nearly 10 rebounds per game. He's, Malika, what you call a great glue guy, but his defensive instincts are excellent.